What's up tonight? We are going over the dispute strategy cheat sheet. And why is this important? Well, it's the most important aspect to using factual disputes because it's knowing what to use for each type of dispute. This cheat sheet will help you get there because whatever it is, as long as it's not child support or foreclosure in process, it can be removed. Now, if you want to get your own access to this, your own copy so that you can go over whenever you want, and there's 4 different slides, then head down into the description and use the link to access it for just a couple of dollars, right? So we're going to go through this kind of quickly. So we have dispute types and we have dispute methods. For credit bureaus, we're doing regular mail and sometimes you can fax. It all depends on what you have access to. Creditor, we're doing regular mail, fax, and certified mail. Non-credit card collections, we're using certified mail. Unknown collections like non-credit cards, we're using the validation of debt to the collection agency and the simple bureau dispute section 609. Inaccurate charge off, we're using 623 creditor, simple bureau dispute. Inaccurate late payments, we're using 623 creditor and simple bureau disputes. No response to disputes, we have CFPB complaints. Failure to investigate, CFPB complaints. And guess what? We have more. Now, pausing there, if this is something that you really don't care about because there's way too much into it, then that's fine. Head over to my740.com, schedule a call with me and I will see if I can help. Now let's go back to this. Failure to prove ownership. This is another CFPB complaint. Failure to legally verify, another CFPB complaint. But pausing there, there's very specific timing for these complaints and it should not ever be on the first round. Okay, if you're doing it on the first round, you are doing it incorrectly and you are not going to get the negative item removed and it's going to be pegged as frivolous with everybody. Okay, willful negligence, another CFPB complaint, and you can even add in attorney general. Now, the key to the credit sweep, we're using 623 FCRA and the FDCPA to get them on their failure to enter this notice within 30 days from when they received the first dispute, okay? Asking for a reinvestigation, this is 15 U.S. Code 1681. Burden of proof, Cushman versus TransUnion 1997. And yes, you're gonna wanna go over every single page and every single line of this lawsuit so that you can use it and understand why it is the way it is, all right? Permission to report accounts, section 603, bureaus, repossession, bureaus, repos over 2 years template, and under 2 years, simple bureau dispute. All right. Now we have one more of this to go over, foreclosures. This is where you're actually going to choose a few late payments to dispute, and this is to the bureaus only. And if you know anything about factual disputes, you're going to know that there are many methods and strategies for disputing with the credit sweep, right? But it always comes down to factual disputes, and I've found that with foreclosures, this is the easiest way to get them removed. Now, if we have an unknown charge off, we're going to use a 623 to the creditor, and VOD, we're using a dispute directly to the collection agency. And you have to remember, this is not for anything credit card related. This is like utility bills, medical, so on and so forth. All right. Now, 609. All right. First of all, it has nothing to do with contracts and everything to do with your right to access your consumer summary, your credit report. So stop sending 609 letters. 603, bureau dispute only. Do not send this to any creditor. 623, creditor. Now, this is your right to dispute with the creditors after bureau disputes. And you actually want to go and read the fact that you first must dispute with the bureaus. All right, 623 bureau. Now, there's kind of a lot in here, but there's 2 main ones. So the bureau disputes, violation of this section for failure to enter the notice of dispute. And it also includes other things like failure to report the address and name of a collector, because obviously it might be inaccurate. So when you see that thing that says unknown collection, how is it unknown? First of all, how are you even reporting something that's unknown? And why isn't there the name and the address so that I can have my due process to dispute directly with them? Now, with a bankruptcy, this is a bureau dispute only. It must be discharged or dismissed, and there's very specific things that you want to look for. Now, with tax lien judgments and evictions, lack of personal information that's required to report per changes as of 7/1/17. All right. Now, there's plenty more that I can list, but this just gives you a starting place, all right? So now we also have a couple of examples on here. It's pretty straightforward though, but if you have questions about this, post it down in the comments, like this video if you found it valuable, share it with someone, subscribe if you haven't done so, and I will see you later.